Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Apex Racing's TV's coverage of the Sim Racers Asia Proto-GT Series. My name's Scott Newton, and alongside me tonight is Samuli Kurmo. Samuli, thanks for joining me in the booth, and just looking for your thoughts on today's race with the prototypes, the GT1s and the GT3s around Mosport.
Thanks, Scott. Happy to be here. Well, this is a little bit different for me as I'm usually covering the PSR series, so I'm really excited to see how this kind of multi-class action is going to play out, especially as someone who's driven a lot on the Radical in the past. I'm looking forward to watching those guys battle it out and mix it up with the other classes.
Yeah, just looking at the weather today, with a ambient temperature of 26 degrees. With a humidity of 55%, slight bit of cloud out there with 3 kilometers an hour of wind, so should be fairly stagnant for the drivers, but yeah, it should be tricky conditions as well with the hot track temperatures as well.
Yeah, and it's one of those tracks that there's not that many straights to cool down the tires. The back straight is the only place, but then you have then it's followed by the corner section, which is 8. There's 8, 9, and 10, which is just one consecutive corner that will load up your tires. I'm not sure about the GT3 cars. They seem to be pretty balanced as far as the tire wear, but with the Radical, because it's so rear heavy car, the guys might have some issues with the rear tires if they are not being careful.
So taking a look at the championship standings, currently in the prototype division, we've got Russ Rizzo currently leading on 285 points after the second place that he had last week at Road Atlanta. Yasmin Yali moving up into second place on 218, so quite a big gap for Yasmin to catch back up, but with Ross not here, that gap will certainly close back up. We've got Steve Callahan just 4 points behind Yasmin, and Federico Texeria on 190 points. Rounding out the top 5, we've got Fani Lazarati for Archipelago Racing, further 29 points behind him. In the GT1 standings, we've got Eustace Vries currently leading on 229 points. Closely behind him is Katerine Boafia, after having issues last week at Road Atlanta, has forced him to surrender the Drivers' Championship lead at this current point. We've got DK Lee for iRacing Korea in third place. Kun Klopman, after taking the win last week, moving up into fourth place, and Andika Ramabaluna rounding up the top 5 in the GT1 standings. In the GT3 standings, we got Benjamin Hackerson currently leading on 230 points with a big gap to Adam Zeitinger, and Ahmad Nirazam tied for second on 148 points. Andrew Farianto and Abirafidi Putra rounding up the top 5 in that championship. Looking at the team standings as well, we've got Y-Lab Motorsport currently leading on 624 points, followed by Proforce Racing not far behind on 587 points, with Macau Sim Racing close behind as well, and then a big gap to Archipelago Racing and iRacing Korea rounding up the top 5 in the team standings. So from the amount of drivers here today, it's certainly looking that there will be some gaps that will be closing up quite rapidly in each of the divisions.
Yeah, and like we were talking before the race, it's surprising to see that both the leaders in GT3 and the prototype have not showed up for this race. You were maybe wondering if this is not a popular track with the drivers, and it's certainly not something that is run often these days, and it's maybe not the best place for overtaking, but I would have assumed that if you are leading the championship, you will show up, but because otherwise you're just giving the points away to your competition.
Yeah, but it's worth pointing out as well that Ross has especially in the prototype division, I think the gap was about 70 points or something like that. So he has a huge buffer in the championship, so he can't afford that that one drop week that he may take. But yeah, just in like other championships as well, it's actually quite close. So I think we got used to Vries here, so he's looking to extend his 3 or 4 point lead in the championship in the GT1 series. So yeah, he'll be a definite strong force today.
Yeah, but still it's 40 points for the lead win, and that's a big gain you are going to give up. But speaking of the qualify, I believe we are about to finish it. Currently with the prototypes we have SRA and Jali leading in the GT1s. We only have, do we have only one or two of those? Cannot see him on the track, but Aman Nazar Norazam is, let's see, not sure. Is your overlay working?
Yeah, it's still working. So we get Yazrang Yali currently on the pole. We've still got about a minute and 23 seconds to go. On a 13.158, closely behind him. It's only less than a tenth of a second. Back to Fanny Lazaretti, and then Chris Burnell, a further 700ths back, and then Kevin Wong at exactly half a second back. So in the fourth position. So yeah, definitely very close up at the front of the field. In the prototype division, Use the Freeze currently 6th overall in the prototype division. In the GT1 division on a 14.1, and then Chandra Yong on a 14.696. Then Ahmad Nirazam is currently leading the GT3 standings on a 17.3, and then Jason Bentz closely behind him on a 17.4. So definitely within the each of the divisions, we've got some very close battles. Should be a really exciting race today.
Yeah, especially with the GT3s, there's a huge field of those. And looking at the differences, there's not a huge amount of difference between the guys in the GT3s. Also, the top 3 in the prototype seems to be fairly close, with Jali at 13.1, followed by Lazardi at 13.2, Brunel 13.3. So I expect there might be a good battle for the win for that division as well.
Yeah, I've just got everyone finishing up their qualifying laps at the moment. Gonna have a look at Jason Bentz at the moment. He's coming out of Moss Corner now. Just on the back straight there. Definitely powering up towards the final sector there. He's in the Audi at the moment. The Mercedes up in front, so not getting much of the benefit of the draft, but coming into the final sector now. Last lap time was a 17.7, a best of a 17.4. We'll see if he improves around the final corner. A bit of a slide there, but no, it doesn't improve on a 17.8.
Yeah, it looked like he went a little bit wide on the entry to turn 8. That might have cost him a tenth or two. We have Alex Paul, he has abandoned his lap. Let's see who else we have. Reese is coming in towards the turn 9 currently. Let's see if he can improve. Actually, he's
No.
currently in the lead and he stays there.
Yeah, just dives into the pits there. So I've also got Chandra Yong coming into the final sector
He
now.
seems to be
He's
coming slowly.
he's going a bit slowly. So yeah, I'll just take you through the grid for round number 8 of SRA Proto-GT Series. So on the pole we got Yasmin Yali with the time of 13.158. Alongside him is Fani Lazarati. 600s behind him, Chris Purnell. On the second row alongside him is Kevin Wang. Then we got Federico Texeria as the session changes. Lovely. Houston Freeze and Chandra Yong, DK Lee in P number 8. And then Ahmad Nurazam, Jason Bentz, Lachlan Crowe, Abirafidi Putra. Then Leonardo Lopez de Oliveira, Alex Pohl, Benjamin Brook, Indra Ferianto, Johnson Young, and then we got Simon Jorge Sanchez, Sean Thompson, Brady Maris. Just having a few issues with the overlay. Apologies. Kin Keong, Nuno Tang, Mark Lang, Hugo Silva Jr., and Steve Callahan rounding out the field. Hasn't put in a qualifying time, but with 25 cars on the grid, not as many as we've normally seen in previous rounds with 35 to 40 plus, but yeah, it should be a quite an entertaining race, and should be good to see how at least Steve Callahan can make his way through the field.
Yeah, looking forward to the start. At least in this track, there shouldn't be huge issues between the different classes. These should suit well for the prototypes. Corvettes shouldn't have any trouble because even if they are very fast on the straights, I don't think they will run into the prototypes here. And the GT3s, they will have to deal with a whole bunch of battles in there. I'm interested to see if there's any difference between the preferences, like different cars. I was under the impression that the BMW is pretty good with these kind of tracks.
Yeah, definitely. At least in the first 2 sectors, it will be quite strong, but as they're just rolling on the pace lap now. But yeah, with the first 2 sectors, I expect the BMW to be strong, but yeah, cars like the Audi and the Mercedes will be rockets down the back straight, heading into turn 8 and 9. But yeah, with the other tracks, we've seen that the Radical and the Corvette GT1 have been actually quite balanced.
Yeah, they
Across
actually
the
run in.
tracks.
Yeah, they used to run in a multi-class series together, so they are familiar with each other. So now starting running the base lap behind the rough, which has unfortunately been replaced by the Porsche, but good to see that he still has a job to do in the iRacing.
It's also worth noting that with the pit stop strategy, the Radical and the Corvette have free reign of the fuel levels that they are allowed to carry. So, but they do have to tour down the pit lane and come to a stop, register a time. Register that they have come through the pit lane and been through the box. But I think the GT3s are restricted to 40% fuel, so they will be coming in around 25 minutes, possibly 30 minutes at the latest. So we'll be watching out for the pit strategies throughout the field.
Yeah, I would imagine that if you are still enforced to do the pit stop, you will just take the fuel and get on with it, unless you have really huge issues with the tires. I wouldn't expect them to have to take the tires, unless they really burn out the rear tires like with the Corvettes.
Yeah, so the pace car's just pulled in. Yeah, got a green flag, so looks as though that Yasmin Yali's just blasted away at the front, so yeah, good job from him. As he makes his way around turn 1, just everyone filing through. Can't see any issues at the moment. Looks as though that everyone's had a clean start, so loads of respect given given that it's a long 45-minute race, and yeah, just want to try and get settled in. Yeah, just looks as though that everyone's just filed into their single file arrangement.
Yeah, everything clean in the GT3s as well. Close battles going on from lead. Who is that going side by side? It's Perianto and I believe that was Ao. They were going side by side. And now through the hairpin.
Yeah,
Very clean. A little bit of rub in there.
yeah, Ferriante got a great exit out of Moss Corner there, so it's allowed him to gap a little bit. But yeah, it looks as though that the BMW, if it does lose the draft, or even though that Mercedes is closing in quite a bit actually, but doesn't manage to close up. So yeah, Ferriante back up into what's 19th place at the moment on the end of the first lap. So yeah, everyone's just following through the complete lap number 1. So yeah, it's just everyone settling in. And have a look to see.
We actually
Yeah,
have,
looking at
yeah, Breeze, he has made it past one last of their prototypes. I don't know if there's something happened with for the Texera or what has caused that. Trying to take a look back.
But yeah, I've also seen that Yali's had a possible mistake, but Lazardri's actually taken the lead in the overall settings. So Lazardri's had a great start in the lead. So gap currently is just at 8 tenths per second at the moment. So yeah, he's blitzing the field at the moment, so we'll just have to see whether he's on a lighter strategy or whether he's just got the tyres in the operating window at the moment and been able to push on.
I just took a look back at what happened with the Texera and Breeze, and it just seems like Breeze was able to make the overtake on the back straight, and now that is really helping him because now he has a prototype between himself and Young, and it's not going to be easy for Texera to get back past Breeze because the only place where he's faster is in the corners, but at the back straight Breeze can open up the gap again.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the things that De Vries just runs a little bit wide there, but yeah, if you happen to have a GT1 stuck in front of you and you're one of the prototypes, it can be very, very difficult to get back past, as looks like De Vries is just opening the gap on the back straight there going into turn 8. So yeah, he's looking to move up towards Chris Burnell at the moment. So yeah, gap to Purnell's only 7 tenths of a second. So so no, it's actually 1.5 seconds. Sorry. So yeah, it was only what, 2 tenths of a second difference. So yeah, but it's with the points as well. It's not necessarily based on the overall finishing, but just in their class. So yeah, definitely no need for De Vries to push so hard.
We are having some good close battles in the GT3s with the position battle for the 13th place between Brook and Putra. Putra is really lining up an overtake into turn 3. Not quite close enough for here, but maybe he can get good draft through this turn 4 and try in the turn 5, which is the hairpin here. No, just not getting the line right there. But very good under the braking.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, behind, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
You go.
Go on. Yeah, behind them there's Sean Thompson, who's also catching up. It seems like Brook is slightly holding them up by having to defend there. And during the last lap, in their turn 10, they were very close to just coming together. I believe it's Putra hopping over the curbs. What do we have here? Bruno has something happened to him.
He's had to take a tour through the pit lane. Whether he's decided to take it earlier, yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't have done it so early, just with the amount of traffic that you'll be encountering. But yeah, he's decided to take the early pit lane. It's for me.
Yeah, take a look. Lap 3. Entering into turn 5, he just lost the car, went across the track and caused a bit of a chaos in there. It caught up also... Who was that?
Yeah, I
It
just caught
caught
the
up
back end of
Young
it.
and everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, I just caught the back end of it, and it looks as though he's hit the little dip in the track there. It's quite easy to hit in the he's caught the inside curb, and it's just upset the car. So yeah, definitely in the prototype cars and the open wheeler cars, it's definitely something that can catch you out. And yeah, it's definitely bitten Purnell there, and yeah, he's just decided to take the early pit stop. But yeah, he'll be he's back in 10th place at the moment, so yeah, he'll be pushing hard definitely to get back past Bentz and Nerazam, which is
Yeah,
just
it looked
on.
like
So
he had some damage on the side post, so he took the chance to just repair that and have a maybe a better car for the rest of the 37 minutes. Also, we had something happen to Jali. That's a very badly damaged car, and he's way off the pace. Let's see what happened to him.
yeah, you'd have to let us know how far back to go, because yeah, he's just well, Kevin Wang and Federico Texeria has gotten past Yali, and yeah, Yali dives into the pits. So yeah, he decides to take the free repair. Yeah, you do get one of these quick repairs in the series, so yeah, he's decided to take the repair early.
Yeah, it was on this lap, just coming out of the hairpin turn 6. He just went too eagerly on the power and it spun around, taking him to the wall. And that's a lot of damage for what looked like a fairly minor incident. Minor contact.
Yeah, just looking at the replay now.
Oh, and he's in the troubles again. Who was that?
Okay. Yeah, it just looks as though he got too much on the power on the exit of Moss Corner, and yeah, it's bitten him. So yeah, it's unfortunate for Yali there. Just having a look at the replay of when he comes out of the pits. But GT3. Who was that? Was that? No, it wasn't Sanchez. Must have been one of the.
It was BMWs, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the Y-Lab Motorsport cars, I think. So yeah, definitely unfortunate for both of those drivers, as Yali was merging out of the pits, and the GT3 is having their own battle. So that's going to set both of those drivers back a little bit. But yeah, we've still got 35 minutes to go in the race. So
Yeah, and I think just before that we also had Kevin Wang went off in the same place, and now he's off in the walls again, trying to make it back to the pits to repair his prototype.
and Kevin's already been in the pit, so whether he has another free repair or whether he didn't use
Yeah,
it up
sorry, I
last
was in
time.
the replay.
So,
Looking at the old footage.
So yeah, we'll just see whether Kevin gets gets the repair or whether he has to. He just registers the pit, so maybe he did have the repair. So yeah, he's back out, but in 23rd place at the moment. So looking back up the front at the moment, we've got Lazardri on a commanding lead at the moment. Currently 8 seconds in front of Just de Vries at the moment. Both leaders in their respective class, but we've got.
Sorry, but we have Kevin Guan in the wall again. Just as he came out of the pits.
Okay, so Kevin's having more issues than first thought. So
yeah, it's the same.
Definitely.
Yeah, turn 2 just went off. It seems like the car is just not working at all for him.
Yeah, definitely a tricky part of the circuit. Blind entry and off camber as well. Just the car falls away, and yeah, you've got to hook it up correctly just to maximise the speed through there. But yeah, it's definitely bitten Kevin there at the worst possible time in the race. But
it's one of those corners where you have to be able to trust the car 100%. But meanwhile, in the GT3s, we still have a good battle going on for the 13th place between Sanchez and Perianto. They've been close through this whole lap, and let's see if Perianto can make a move on this end of this back straight.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a fair bit of slipstream there, but it looks as though that the Merc's just able to rocket away, especially with the even with the draft that the BMW has. So yeah, the BMW will be strong in the final part of the sector as well as all the way up to Moss Corner. But yeah, it's Simon Sanchez holding out on 13th place, but yeah, it's a bit of a wriggle on the exit of the final corner, but manages to hold on to the 13th place there.
Perianto caught up by 3/10 alone on that last corner. So it looks like over the lap he is definitely faster, but he just needs to find some way to make a move.
Yeah, definitely, with Perianto being half a second quicker on the last lap, so yeah, it'll be no matter of time. Once Perianto gets past, he'll be able to pull a gap if he gets it done in the right place and doesn't get overtaken on the back straight. So as they're coming out of Moss Corner now.
Yeah, it looks like Sanchez is maybe a little bit focusing too much on the defense and having some kind of mistakes here and there. Right now he just needs to keep it cool and trust that he has the advantage on this section, which should help a lot. And for the rest, he just needs to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, keep the lines tidy, and wait until the pit window to maybe hopefully get some clear peace of mind and just do some good laps in.
Yeah, it's also worth pointing out as well that the pit window will open in possibly the next, I'd say 3 or 4 minutes if Sanchez just makes a bit of a mistake there, just running wide out of turn 2, and Ferriante looking up the inside but can't make the pass. So, but yeah, with Ferriante, possibly the earliest part of opportunity for the undercut will probably be in the next, I would say 3 to 4 minutes. But you also got to watch out for when the leaders actually cross the line as well, and when the white flag comes out, that you've got the extra fuel to actually do that last lap if it runs over the 45 minutes.
And just look at the field, it's pretty spread out, so at least the drivers won't have to be too worried about the traffic, which can sometimes be the case, especially in the multi-class series. You don't want to exit the pits and enter straight in the big battle between the different class of cars.
Definitely, with closest battle we got at the moment looks as though yeah, still the battle of Ferrianto and Sanchez.
We also have a pretty yeah, as Sanchez made a mistake.
yeah, definitely very anti being able to take the title line into turn 2. Just with the Mercedes is just able to get the traction and have the power out of the corners. So yeah, it's definitely difficult for the BMW to get past. Yeah, just looking at other battles on the track, we've got Benjamin Brook and Alex Pohl at the moment, both in GT3 class in the Audi. It looks as though that yeah, Benjamin Brooks looking at a move into turn number 8, but doesn't get the moves done and falls back into line. But yeah, it looks as though that on the last lap, Brook was about 0.3 of a second as they crossed the line. Now it was only just a 10th difference. So yeah, Brook's definitely closing in, but yeah, Alex definitely doing a great job. Currently P4, the battle for P4 in GT3 class.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sanchez Ferianto battle continues with now Putra joining in as well. Ferianto was really desperate to get past. We can see Sanchez making slight mistakes on the entries, and now Ferianto ran wide and is coming under attack from his teammate.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have a battle with your own teammate, because that'll end up costing you time as well. If
Oh, what's
yeah,
happened
you're
to
looking,
Pool? Pool is just
yeah,
in front of them right now.
yeah, I just happened to miss that, but I think he had ran wide out of the
Yeah,
exit
he ran wide
of
at
turn 2.
yes, in turn 2. He went up there.
Yeah,
Just slightly too fast on the entry. Didn't have enough room.
yeah.
Made a
So
contact with the wall.
yeah, so it looks as though that Sanchez is able to get past Pole, but yeah, Pole dives into the pits. So yeah, he'll be topping up the car, and as it looks as though that Pooch is getting a run on Ferianto as well into turn 1. But yeah, that battling is definitely costing the two of them trying to close up on Sanchez. But looks as though that we've had use of Reese as well in the pit lane as well. So he's taken his stop.
Yeah, it looked like he had some damage as well. So that might not be a scheduled pit stop.
Yeah, it looks as though he's falling down the timing screen, so we've happened to miss that somewhere.
Ah,
So
yeah. On lap 11, I believe that is... No, just start of the lap 12. Coming out of turn 1. No, that is not him. That was Hugo Silva. My apologies.
yeah, so yeah, with Putra getting the run on Ferianto, yeah, just nice bit of textbook move pass into turn 8. Just trying not to cost each other time. Getting the move done into turn 8, and into the final corner he goes. So Putra back up into 11th place as we've got Benjamin Brook in the pit lane at the moment. So just have a look to see what his pit lane or pit stop time is, just to sort of get a reference for what the GT3s are doing.
Oh, and I just found out what happened to Reese. It was Hugo Silva who spun off on the exit of turn 1. Then we had Reese coming through. Silva reversed across the track right in front of Reese. They went both flying. And huge damage for Reese, who then collected. Who is that? That is Mark Lang. Big mess and huge damage for all the 3 cars.
Okay, so yeah, definitely unfortunate for those drivers, especially with De Vries being the championship leader. He will extend his championship lead over Kettering Buafia, but I think he will get only the 35 points instead of the 40 that he would have got for if he had not had that accident. So yeah, definitely unfortunate for De Vries there.
Yeah, now Chandra Young just needs to make it to the finish, but he just had a small incident went off in the turn 2. So even if you are should be going forward for the easy win, it's just you still need to focus and keep going at it.
Definitely. Just looking at other
Putra
any
off
other
in turn 2.
uh, having a look at the
Yeah,
replay now. He's right at the back of Sanchez now. He's closed up quite a bit. 18-0 last lap, but yeah, just goes in a little bit too deep and yeah, just runs a bit wide and manages to not find the wall and gets it pulled up. But yeah, definitely lost him about a good 8 to 10 seconds there as he's behind Ken Keong, and he's back in 13th place at the moment. So definitely an unfortunate mistake for him, but yeah, he's still needing to pit as well. So yeah, he's definitely got the pace over cars in front of him, so he'll be definitely looking to close back up to the front.
it seems really like that turn 2 is keeps catching people out, as I just saw. I think it was Brook who went off in there, and right behind him it was another prototype who went off. So it will be a matter of who can survive the race turn 2 and not go off in there. As we see, who is that? That is Teixeira coming into the pits on third place of the prototypes.
But yeah, I'm just looking at the replay now, so you're back to live. Yeah, so currently at the moment we've just got Zadri currently leading with 39-second gap, so he hasn't pitted yet, but we've got Chris Burnell in second place at the moment. Yasmin Yali running at the top 3 at the moment in the prototype division. We've got Chandra Yong currently leading in the GT1s in 7th, or sorry, 6th place at the moment, and GT3s we've got Jason Bentz currently leading at the moment, but always looks as though that he's suffered a bit of damage. He's missing his front bonnet, so I'm just going to have a quick look, see whether that was fairly recent. Yeah, it is. So coming into turn 1, he might he's running a little bit slow, but yeah, just gets on that exit curb and hits it into the wall. So definitely an unfortunate mistake for Bentz there, as he was leading in the GT3 class. So I reckon he'll be in the pit lane this lap, as he hasn't pitted currently.
Yeah, he just had another moment under the braking into the turn 5. One off, but no damage, so I would imagine that he is coming into the pits this lap.
Yeah, definitely a tricky corner, turn 1, especially if you get the car over that little curb there, and it can be tricky as demonstrated, but yeah, it's just one of those curves where if you unsettle the car just that little bit, it will bite you pretty hard as Bent's
Yeah,
in the pits.
it's also very deceptive track because the camber falls off at the exit. So one moment you think you are going to make a great line through, but then you are off in the gravel on the exit curb.
Looking at currently we got looking at the battle for 7th place at the moment. We've got Putra and De Vries is back out on track. Yeah, so yeah, great to see that De Vries has made it back out on track, although he is a lap down on the leaders and possibly a lap down on Chandra Yonk. So looks as though the De Vries will finish second currently, but De Vries looking to make the move on Nurazam at the moment, but I think he's just waiting until the back straight, as he doesn't get the best exit, but yeah, he'll make the pass. as he's in the slipstream now.
Yeah, he's under no pressure to make any kind of risk moves. Just keep going, bring the car home, and get some points at least. As we see Young going off. Where was that? Turn 2 was it again?
Okay, so yeah, definitely turn 2's played a bit of havoc. There's yeah, he's just gone a little bit too deep, and yeah, the backend's just come around. Luckily, he hasn't hit the wall, but yeah, it's probably cost him at least a good 10 seconds or something like that, just getting reset and cooling those tires down. But yeah, definitely doesn't want to make too many of those, though. Otherwise, De Vries will be back up on his tail. So yeah, Chandra currently in 6th place overall at the
I wonder
moment,
if it's
and
the hot temperatures that are causing issues with the rear tires the Corvette has. Because we just saw him also again struggling with the rear tires coming into turn 1. And it looks very sketchy through the turn 8 and 9 as well. So maybe these being very high powered cars, the GT1s, it's very easy to overheat the tires, and especially if the track is, I believe it's around 40 degrees as it is. So it wouldn't surprise me if they are struggling with the tires.
yeah, we've got 18 minutes to go currently, so yeah, maybe that tyre wear is playing a bit of a factor with
Or
the
maybe,
grip levels
yeah,
that they have. Yeah,
maybe not just the wear, but the keeping the tires cool enough to grip.
yeah, he's yeah, Young makes it out of Moss Corner. Gets a half decent exit out of there. So yeah, he's definitely pushing on. Um, just looking around the track at the moment, the closest battle we've got at the moment is Simon Jorge Sanchez and Brady Maris. Oh, as Brady Maris gets a bit of a wriggle and yeah, spins out of the final corner, and he's looking to see if anyone's coming around. So yeah, he's just turning it around. So um,
Yeah, he was
yeah,
already struggling entering into turn 10, sliding coming in, then trying to recover it, and then he spun out on the exit. And in a really awkward
yeah,
place.
so he just puts it in the wall at turn 1. So yeah, definitely unfortunate for Maris there. He was done a fairly decent job, but yeah, unfortunately puts it in the wall at turn 1. So, but yeah, looking at the closest battle we got at the moment on track for 4th overall, but obviously different classes. We've got DK Lee and Federico Texeria, just 2/10 of a second gap. Looks as though that Texeria will get the move done if he tries it around the outside. Definitely not advised there. We've seen that some drivers have had issues there, but yeah, it looks as though that Texeria is getting the move done into turn 3 now, as DK Lee runs a bit wide.
Yeah, DK Lee must have really had an uneventful race, because I've not even noticed that he was in the race. So he's
Yeah,
been doing a great job so far.
yeah,
We've not
definite
seen
dark
him
horse.
involved in any issues and currently leading with the GT1s.
Yeah, definite dark horse in the race at the moment, DK Lee. So yeah, he's doing a great job. Currently 5th place overall. Current gap to Chandra Yong at the moment is roughly about 45 seconds, but worth noting that DK Lee hasn't toured the pit lane yet. So that gap will come down.
And
And
currently we have Breeze back in the second place for the GT1s. He just overtook Young. I believe Young took the pit stop, might have been for repairs, and they are now in close proximity, around 3 seconds between them.
Okay, so yeah, so De Vries back up into 6th place overall. So yeah, GT1 class running line astern, even though the gaps are fairly like quite far apart. So yeah, 40.9 seconds gap to DK Lee is used the Vries. So yeah, he's definitely just in that final sector alone. He's closed up half a second. So yeah, he's definitely pushing towards the end of the race with the pit stop of DK Lee within the next 14 minutes or so. But it was also seen that Lazardry's had an issue as well. He's falling down the timing screen as well. So not sure what's happened to him, but
I'll take a look.
Looking further down the field, the closest battle at the moment we've got is Ken Keong and Simon Joaquin Sanchez, two teammates for Macau Sim Racing Team. Just 1.4 seconds gap. Sanchez was about a tenth of a second quicker the last time around on a 1 minute 20.2, plays a 120.3, but Ken Keong at the start of 23 was about 4/10 of a second quicker, so he's definitely making some progress on his teammate there, in the battle for 14th place at the moment.
And I can tell you that Lazardi, his issue was something with the connection. He just disappeared on the back straight and didn't come back.
Okay, so definitely unfortunate for Lazardry. Yeah, we've seen a couple of issues with people having internet problems, so yeah, Lazardry was looking set to take the win in the overall standings and also in the prototype division as well. So definitely unfortunate for him. But yeah, he'll be definitely looking to have a few strong weeks next week. I think we're at Road America next week, following the GT3 schedule. So that should be a good one as well. Corvettes will be looking strong for that one, given that it's a tractor with long, fast straights as well. But the prototype will be definitely strong in the middle sector as well.
Yeah, it's a track that is very well suited for this kind of multi-class racing, and it's one of the, like, when you think of any kind of ALMS type of racing, Road America is one of the tracks that they usually bring up and run on.
Yeah, just as we see, Simon Joaquin Sanchez just running wide at turn 2 there, so Ken Keong just forcing his teammate into a bit of a mistake, so getting the upper hand on his teammate and moving up into 13th place at the moment. So good job from him. Yeah, it looks as though, looking through the timing screen, it's fairly strong out at the moment. We've only got one more car to tour through the pit lane, and it's driver of DK Lee. Still got 11 minutes to go before he has to tour the pit lane, so he's still got a 35-second lead over the driver of De Vries. So not exactly sure. Do you have a rough idea of what the pit lane time is around here? Fairly
I
short
don't
pit
think
lane,
it's,
but
yeah, it's a very short pit lane.
so it looks as though that with previous laps, it looks as though that yeah, De Vries is about 2 to 2.5 seconds a lap quicker. So if DK Lee doesn't tour through the pit lane within the next sort of 4 or 5 laps, he might be behind De Vries coming out of the pit stop phase, as he's coming up to a fair bit of traffic now as he's passing. Who is that? One of the Delta Simsport drivers. It looks as though that is not Alex, but one of his teammates.
It's Oliver. Leonardo Lopez de Oliver for
Okay, so
Macau Sim Racing in front of him in the Mercedes.
Okay, yeah, definitely dark horse DK Lee in this race, but they're doing a great job at the moment. Currently 4th place at the moment in the overall standings, but still leading in the GT1s as he's getting quite close to Gio Oliveira at the exit of turn 3 there. He'll be just looking to make his way through at the exit of Moss Corner.
Yeah, Oliveira
Minimise
not really making it easy for him. I mean,
no.
Oliveira is already lapped down, so I would imagine that at least on this straight, he would let DK Lee pass. We'll see.
Yeah, just the Corvette getting such acceleration with the amount of torque that it has. Yeah, and DK Lee getting past now. Always side by side into turn 8. Just making it stick on De Oliveira there. So yeah, not much time lost in terms of the gap between the driver behind of De Oliveira, which is Alex Pole. So those drivers fairly close as well. Only 0.4 of a second closed in last time
But
by,
that lap
or is it?
really, that lap really goes for DK Lee. It was 18.9, whereas De Vries coming behind him, he's just coming through the final corner. Let's see what his lap time was. 15.3. That's
Yeah, 3 seconds a lap he's lost.
yeah.
In terms of the gap, its current gap to DK Lee's only 30 seconds now, or just under that now. So yeah, it'd be very very close in terms of whether De Vries can get back up into the class lead. So yeah, it's definitely shaping up to good final 7.5 minutes left in this race.
Oh, and I can tell you that Young has had another issue, and I think he might be out of the race now.
Yeah, he's not on track at the moment, but he's
Yeah,
falling down
he
the
went.
time screen at the moment.
Let's see. He ran wide into the turn 8 and hit the wall, and then just took the repairs, returned back to the
Okay.
pits.
Okay, so he'll have a minute or so tow back to the pit lane, so we'll see whether he comes out. Just looking at the battle at the moment between two teammates, Abi Rafidi Putra and Idra Ferianto. They're still fairly close together, only 0.4 of a second between each other at the moment. As yeah, Putra gets a great exit out of turn 3, but can't really do anything with it. Just with the nature of the track, as they're going into Moss Corner now, as they've got who is that in front of them? One of the Delta Sim Sport drivers.
It's Alex Poor.
It is so. It's looks as though that Putra got a great exit out of Moss Corner there, and is making the move up on Ferianto there. So great pass from Putra there, up into 10th place overall, and what is that? Running at the top 5 in the GT3 class, so great job from him.
Yeah, and even if they are the teammates, they still have all to play for because they are currently in the standings. They are 4th and 5th with Ferianto just slightly ahead. So I don't think they are going to be holding back anything, even if they are in the same team.
Yeah, definitely. Looks as though that Putra's going for the bragging rights within the team. So as he's closing up onto Alex Pole on the exit of turn 3, and I also say that Pole's just struggling a little bit. Whether it's just doesn't look as though there's got any damage. So whether it's just the tires that may be burnt out, or
yeah,
Putra
very
getting
close
right up
there.
on the back. Yeah, it's yeah, it looks as though that yeah, he's all over the back of Pole at the moment. So yeah, Pole's definitely running defensive going into turn 8. So whether Pucci can hang it around the outside, but or is he's running a bit wide through the final part of the lap, and yeah, just falls back into the line. Have to wait and see. Looks as though that Ferrianto's just fallen back a little bit, but yeah, Pucci closed in about 6/10 of a second the last time around, as
And behind
also
them
worth.
that's Young, who's around with Reese in the turn 1.
Oh, I just missed that, so gonna have a look at that one back.
Yeah, Young hit the wall in the turn 1, and then Reese just got involved in it.
Yes, he's coming around turn 1 now. Oh, yeah,
Oh, we have a battle. Look back at the GT3's Pool and Brianto. They almost coming together, and Putra had to avoid getting tangled up, which allowed Ferianto to get back past him.
okay, so yeah, I just caught the back as they were exiting Moss Corner, so yeah, just happened to miss that one. But looks as though that DK Lee's on the back of these guys as well, so he'll be looking to not get into their battle, but also trying to put a lap down as well. So I've got only 3 and a bit minutes left of this race to go. So what was shaping up to be
DK Lee hits made contact with Putra. Fortunately, they survived it.
Okay, I just happened to miss that one.
Yeah, it was coming into the turn 1. They had a slight bump, at least on my screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just having a look at the replay now. Oh, yeah, it was just a slight bump, and yeah, DK Lee passed in past one of the GT3s.
Ferianto gave Paul a slight bump, and now they've all made past Paul. Coming out of the turn 6, which is the hairpin.
Yeah, it looks as though that Ferrianto was getting a bit greedy with the line there and trying to force his way through, but yeah, there'll be a bit of damage on that the BMW there. It looks as though that yeah, he's letting DK Lee pass, but yeah, Ferrianto up into 9th place at the moment overall, and I think what was that, 4th in the GT3 standings. So we'll just have to see whether Alex Pole can make his way back up into. Oh, but it looks as though he's fallen back because we go back to live. So whether he's got a bit of damage, whether he's just suffered that a little bit extra. Yeah, it looks as though they're struggling in the background.
It looks like after that one incident, like 10-20 minutes ago, Alex Paul pace has just dropped off, and Ferianto and Putra were just waiting to get past him, and maybe getting a little bit frustrated, which caused that slightly forceful move.
Just going to, with the final minute left of this race, I'm going to have to cut back to the leader. Chris Purnell has done a stunning drive at the moment. Currently 50 seconds left. There'll probably be one more tour around the circuit. So looks as though he's like, even with the early pit stop, I think he took it about 35 to 39 minutes to go in the race, but yeah, he's just stayed out of trouble, and it looks as though that he's about to start the final lap now.
Yeah, it does look like a fairly uneventful race for him. But at least the Yali has been able to keep up with the 5-second lead, 5-second gap behind him. Meanwhile, Texera currently running third, making his way through some lap traffic. behind him overall fourth is DK Lee, who might be safe for, or is that not? That's 6.5 behind him is De Vries. So DK must have had some incident again, because I thought he was much further away.
Yeah, well, I think it was the gap of 10 seconds or something like that to De Vries before they had an incident. But
Battle for
yes,
ninth in
Chris.
the GT3s.
Yeah, it's got.
Potro is pushed
Sorry.
off the track by his teammate Ferianto in the turn 8.
Okay, but yeah, just having a look at the leader as he's coming around the final sector now, and yeah, well, congratulations to Chris Burnell taking out the prototype division in for round 8 of the SRA Proto-GT Series. So full congratulations to him. You got Yali finishing second, Federico coming around the final corner now in third place. DK Lee, he's got coming around Moss corner now, but it's Nirazam. So Nirazam leading in the GT3, yeah, stunning drive from him. Really consistent from him. Always one to watch.
Although his teammate won't be... no, that was not him. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all good. So yeah, Nirazam coming around takes the win in the GT3s. Just waiting for DK Lee. Bit of a dark horse and stunning drive from him to finish class leader in the GT1 class as well. Got De Vries 6.5 seconds behind him, but yeah, congratulations to DK Lee taking out the GT1s. But Feriante coming across the line in third place. I just missed Leonardo Lopez de Oliveira finishing in second. But Feriante crosses the line third. Bentz going slowly. Just got was it Chris Purnell doing burnouts on the front straight there, but
It sounds like
yeah.
Benz is
So
out of fuel.
oh, is he? But he does cross the line just. So yeah, definite damage limitation there from Bentz, but crosses the line. And we got, yeah, it looks as though that was Thompson out of fuel, or is that just him after he's already crossed the line? I think
I
he's just
believe
crossed
he
the
has
line.
crossed the
So
line, he's 2 laps down.
yeah, okay, so yeah, so that was round 8 of the Racers Asia GT, the Proto GT Series. Yeah, what were your thoughts, Sam, throughout the race?
We saw plenty of action and we saw plenty of drivers struggling with the track, especially the turn 2. I wasn't maybe expecting as much issues as we saw, but at least we saw many of the cars making through and getting some good battles along the way, especially in the GT3 categories. Maybe I would have liked to see a bit more action in the prototypes, but maybe next time.
Yeah, definitely with maybe it not being a driver favourite with Mosport, but looking forward to next week. Road America, as discussed before, should be a very close battle between the prototype and the GT1, at least at the front, but also within the GT3 class as well. Audis and Mercedes looking strong.
Yeah, there's much more room to make the moves, and I think we will see some great overtakes happening and plenty of drafting through the long straights. So hopefully the other classes won't be tripping over each other as much, but it should be great racing nonetheless.
So I'll just take you through final race results. So Chris Purnell takes the win. Gap of 5 seconds to Yasmin Yali, Federico Texeria rounding out the top 3 in the prototype division. DK Lee taking the win in the GT1 standings, only 6 seconds behind. Oh, sorry, only 6 seconds behind him was Yus de Vries. Ahmad Nirizam top 6. Good job from him. Leonardo Lopez de Oliveira, Indra Farianto, Jason Bentz, Alex Pole rounding out the top 10. Simon Jorge Sanchez, Sean Thompson, Abir Rafidi Putra, Lachlan Crowe, Johnson Yong. Didn't see much of him in this race. Mark Lang, Ken Keong, 3 laps down. Chandra Yong with his internet issues, I think. Also, Andy Lazarati finishing 13 laps down with his connection issues. Brady Maris rounding out the top 20. Benjamin Brook, Hugo Silva Jr., Nuno Tang, Kevin Wong, and Steve Callahan rounding out the field, but didn't take the start. We're just waiting to see whether there's any driver interviews. Just while we do that, is what's up ahead on Apex Racing TV, if you'd like to go through that, Sam.
Yeah, just trying to bring it up right now. I believe we have the... At least I'm doing something tonight. Just give me a moment. Yeah, we have the Ben Power Euro V8 Supercar Championship coming tonight from the Grand Chats. And also that is in what is that, in GMT? 6 p.m. GMT, I believe. And 2 hours after that starts the BSR Kia Cup from Sebring. That is 8 p.m. GMT. So tune in for those. I believe that will be Adam Bath in the booth for both of them. Nope, it's me and Woody in the Euro V8s and Conrad Bender and Adam Bath in the BSR Kia Cup. So do we have any drivers for the interviews?
Just saw that it looks as though that Chris Purnell was joining the team speak, but has subsequently left. So I'll just wait about 10 or 15 more seconds for him to join in if he's looking to come in for an interview.
Well, in the meantime, if someone is interested in joining this league, where would they find the info on how to join?
Yeah, so if anyone's looking to join the Sim Racers Asia League, there is a forum post in the private league and hosted racing forum. It's generally, with the amount of chat that's going on, always on the front page, so it's relatively easy to find. Sim Racers Asia crew always putting on a great show as always. Been associated with the league for was coming up nearly 3 years now, so yeah, they've always put on a great show. Whether it's been myself on the track or whether it's been broadcasting in the booth, it's always been a great show. But yeah, it's definitely with the series. It's always open to new signups. It's not necessarily restricted to signups as well. So always, if you're interested, definitely feel free to put your name down, and yeah, we'll see you on the track for upcoming races.
I believe we may have a driver for the interviews.
Good evening, Chris. Congratulations on taking the win in the prototype division and the overall win. Just tell us a little bit about your race. We saw that you took the early pit stop, but definitely a good decision on your part.
Hey guys, cheers for having me. Yeah, I had a spin coming down the hill into Mosport corner, and it bottomed the car out, and it had a bit of floor damage, and I was losing a fair bit of straight line speed, so I thought I'd pit early, try and save some of that time deficit, and yeah, it happened to work out quite well for me in the end.
Yeah, definitely. It looks as though that your consistency quite strong. How was the traffic out there today? It looks as though that you're fairly able to fairly efficiently be able to make your way through the traffic?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. There was a couple of little situations with the cars that were probably in the second tier down. They had a bit more straight line speed than me, so it was more you just kind of had to lunge into the corner and hope that you beat them to the apex and pulled it off, sort of thing. But yeah, the car was a little bit loose in the rear. I'd only actually started turning laps in the car today, so really stoked with the result.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like that you couldn't have had a better result, especially if you were turning laps just earlier today. But yeah, looking forward to next week. We are at Road America. What are your thoughts heading into that track?
Yeah, it should be good. I'm not very strong at Road America, but I'm going to put in a fair bit of practice in the next week and get myself sorted out for it, and looking forward to hopefully being competitive next weekend again.
No worries, Chris. Is there anyone you'd like to thank before we let you head off?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank GTI, Kiami, and I've forgotten a few of my sponsors. I've actually just moved teams today, so, and also a massive thanks to Proforce.
No worries, Chris. We'll definitely look forward to catching up with you next week. I'd just also like to ask you to send in your details as well, just for the overlay for next week, so we can get that updated for you.
Too easy, mate. Can do. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. No worries. Cheers.
Cheers.
So yeah, I think that's just about going to wrap it up. I think, Sam. Thanks for jumping in alongside me this week for round number 8. We'll just have to wait and see what the cover's like for next week. But yeah, cheers for jumping in.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. And if you need help, I'm available anytime. So just ask me.
Yeah, no worries. Cheers for that, mate. So yeah, so for Sam Kumo, my name is Scott Newton, and yeah, this was the Sim Racers Asia Proto-GT Series at Mosport. Definitely looking forward next week to Road America, where we head to there for round number 9. Coverage starting roughly about 12:45 GMT or 20:45 Singapore/Perth time, and I think with the daylight savings changing for that's the Sunday, but yeah, I think it will be 23:45 Eastern Daylight Saving Time for the next week. So definitely looking forward to having everyone for that coverage, and also on the track for the drivers. So definitely looking forward to that one. So we'll catch you later.